Well, just like this year, 2021 will not spare us from uncertainties, but at least one thing's for sure. The country will get more than 2.5 million doses of coronavirus vaccine next year. The government has signed a deal with British company AstraZeneca. Now, that's despite experts questioning the data and safety of its vaccine. But the government says it's worth the risk. Our Trisha Tarada joins us live. Trisha, what else can you tell us?
Yes, Pia, several private companies have pulled in funds to buy 2.6 million doses of COVID-19 vaccine from AstraZeneca through a tripartite agreement with the government and the British pharmaceutical firm. These will benefit about 1.5 million Filipinos, 50% of which will go to the government. Vaccine czar Carlito Galvez says priority will be the healthcare workers and the poor and vulnerable, while the other half will be under the discretion of the private sector. We were told that the priority of the private companies is to protect their low-income workers. The government and the private sector are very well aware of the doubts raised about the efficacy of AstraZeneca's vaccines. Some scientists and experts question the results of their trials since not all participants were given a full dose. They question the credibility of the information they were provided. But despite all these, the private sector remains confident with AstraZeneca. No one has actually pulled out its order upon hearing the news. The companies are banking on the reputation of AstraZeneca for years of making vaccine. Besides, the questions, according to Go Negosyo founder Joey Concepcion, are all part of the process of producing the vaccine. They're confident AstraZeneca will be able to produce a potent one.
With the private sector believes that it's worth the risk. And the sooner we are able to deploy the vaccines, with this cost, even with the risk of losing the 50%, we believe that the loss to the economy is far much greater.
Concepcion said AstraZeneca told the private companies and the government that the efficacy of their vaccine is at 70 to 90%. DOST's Dr. Jaime Montoya says the vaccine experts panel are reviewing AstraZeneca's test results. AstraZeneca is actually among the vaccines applying for a clinical trial here in the Philippines. Back to you.
Well, Tricia, what does the private sector say about this initiative, this tripartite agreement? They're open to extending this with other countries?
Well, Concepcion says private companies receive the idea so well. That's why in a few weeks, they were able to gather around 600 million pesos to purchase 2.6 million doses because they have a November 30 deadline. And if AstraZeneca will open another round of pre-orders, he believes there will be additional commitments. The private sector is willing to vaccinate its people, according to him. Concepcion adds, if other manufacturing companies will have the same offer as AstraZeneca, then it's something they can also explore. Several business giants were present during the signing of the tripartite agreement, and they all echo the sentiment that this vaccine is the greatest tool towards putting an end to the pandemic.
This is an early Christmas gift for many Filipinos who are coping with pandemic for 8 months now. We are happy to be part of this effort to help contain this pandemic, protect lives, and speed up economic recoveries. These vaccines gives us hope for the future.
Concepcion says the vaccine will not just protect their employees, it will also restore the confidence of Filipinos in spending, because without confidence in spending and going out, Concepcion says the economy will not last. He says 2.6 million is a great start, but it's not enough. Back to you, Pia.
Trisha Tarada there reporting. Now,